Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Samgladen. I'm 16 years old, and this is my Project 365. Okay, I really need to get a graphic for that to fly across the screen when it gets on it. Christian, get on that. Kidding, I'll figure something out. I couldn't do it anyway because I'm on my father's iPhone right now. But yeah, I've decided that when I'm not at the doctor or doing a media spot or hanging out with cool people, which is quite often. I'm not as cool as I seem, guys. I'm sort of a dweeb. Then I'll just, kind of chill here and tell you guys about my story. Kind of do like a chapter a day or something like that. So, probably at the end of the year we'll be about halfway through. And all of this stuff, if you can't quite understand me, will get posted up on my blog, which I'll put a link to in the description. And hopefully, if all goes well with the first post I sent to her last night, it'll all get posted in the blog, the guest blog that I did for Kristen last night, which was really cool. I loved writing it. It got really, really long, so I only sent her about half of it because I didn't want her to have to read through it all that night, and it was probably 11:30, almost midnight by the time I sent it to her. So, that was just crazy and ridiculous. So, yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, so, what's up? Okay, so my story. When I was about 12 years old, it was just after spring break, was the day I stopped walking. And there's a whole backstory to why I stopped walking, and what was that day, and I'll get into that in a little bit. I don't want to break down and cry on camera, so I'll probably put all that more in detail on my blog. But yeah, it was that day I couldn't even get out of the car, for what was going on because I couldn't walk. So that night, after Mom had calmed down because she wasn't happy, she thought I was, messing around and all this and just didn't want to see or whatever. But, we're all good now. We got out her old crutches because she had blown out her ankle a couple of years previous. And so we got out her old crutches and, I hobbled around on those that night and for the next 18 months, really. I know that sounds insane, but I did. I walked on crutches for a year and a half, straight, without fail. And I don't know, it was crazy. And through all this time, we were being proactive. We were, going to doctors. We were seeing what could be done. And I just had a bad experience with a lot of doctors. I had one guy say that I had cancer behind my knees. I had another guy say it was all, in my head, which, I guess technically he was right, but the way he said it wasn't, what I have. It was he's, manifesting it so he can, get over, what happened. But yeah, I had another doctor, just actually figure out what was going on. He was the first guy that said it might be dystonia, but I'm not sure. And that was over at Medical City. And I went in and I got genetic testing, and that's when we found out I had DYT1. I need to get a graphic for that too. I just need a whole bunch of graphics. I really need to get on that. But I had DYT1, which basically means I get dystonia from both sides of my family, which is kind of crazy and all that. But yeah, I get dystonia from both sides of my family. And, in the last 5 or 6 years that we've known I had this, actually, 4 or 5 years almost. It'll be 5 years this March that we've known I had this. We found, family on both sides of my mom's side and my dad's side that, have dystonia or have had, deep brain stimulation, which I'll get into all that and go real in depth with that and probably get Dr. Costa and tell you guys all about that at the end of the month. But yeah, it's just been insane. It's been a wild ride, man. It's been a wild ride. I guess that's really it. I will see you guys tomorrow. And rate, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, because if you rate me and I'm good, and I might, just be able to get up on the main page, and that'd be great, for the disorder and for the hospital, and it'd be great, for my self-esteem to make sure I know people are actually watching this stuff. Comment, leave me questions on my Twitter, on my Facebook, on this. You know, read the blog. Go to wedoitallforkids.org or .com. I'll figure it out. And you know, go read those blogs. There are some really great stories last night. I probably spent 5-6 hours last night just on my iPod, just scrolling through stories. Some crazy stuff, man. And if you're really feeling giving, go donate money to Children's Miracle Network. They're basically what has given me the opportunity to do all this crazy stuff that I got to do. You know, the interviews with David Archuleta, Miss America, hanging out with the president. You know, that was all a lot of fun, and that was all because someone somewhere decided that I was an inspiration to young people in all this. And you know, yeah, it's been crazy. And I'll go through all this stuff in my blog, samgladen.wordpress.com, and then it'll all eventually get up on wedoitallforkids.com.org.net. One of those. And, you know, just Twitter me, man. I'll answer questions. If I get enough, I'll have my iPod here, and I'll be answering questions, live streaming during the show, you know. Fun stuff. I love you. That's a little weird because I don't know you. But yeah, I do, you know, because you're putting up with me and my rambliness. And, Kristen, I hope you like this. See ya.